Okay, so this is a first demo, just a quick general overview of Gradio Automated Market Research software. This version is primarily for radio stations, mostly music stations that have song clips, song hooks to test, but it also is able to ask questions, and future versions will be able to handle other types of media outlets and other types of outlets who want to do surveys. This one is mostly for radio, as you'll see. We're just going to go quickly through it, and we'll do some other demos in the future to showcase some of the other features that I'm not going to be able to get to this time. We start off by starting with a new survey. This is the back end right now where the clients would log in. This is the admin account, but if an actual client was logged in, this would be their logo, and this would be their logo and their colors. Um, so we've already got two demos that we started, but let's start a new survey with the same trend. Call this one second demo. And you start with the demo, and then you can set all of the parameters for this survey. You can have it unlimited, where it's just a running tally that you just keep checking on if you'd like, or you can set it with total participants. You can also set the date if you want to start it at a certain time and end it at a certain time. And if you press that and it's up there, you can hit reset, and it goes back. So let's start off, and let's just say 200 to start off with, and it'll automatically give you, if it's green back there, that means all the numbers work out. So out of 200 people, we got men, women, and it's split evenly. We can make it 75, and it's 150 men, or we can make it 100% women, and then it'll give you the actual total number there. Right now, we have no ages, but we can throw in maybe 12 to 19 could be a demo, and if we add another one, it'll immediately split up. We expand this out, and there we go. Then make this one maybe 20 to 24, and then a third one, and there it turned red because the numbers don't work out. But we'll fix that in a second. 25 to 34 maybe. And those are three demos of ages. If we ever don't want to come up with the numbers ourselves because it's a pain, then we just hit fix errors here, and it fixes itself. So there, it divides it evenly, and we got it back to green again. As far as other demos are concerned, we have these tabs here. We start with the demo tab, where we can make up our own demos. So if we had one where we wanted to, find out what the favorite radio station is, we could make it either multiple choice or fill in the blank. If you didn't want to give them suggestions, you wanted them to come up with it. So let's start with multiple choice. What's your favorite radio station? And then here you can put the choice as it will show up on the survey. You could put another one here if you'd like. And over here, you could say what it means. You can leave this as choice 1, and then up here, it will appear as what you wrote there. Or you can make a little shorthand for it and say, oh, these are my P1s. And I could say, these are my P2s. And if I want, I can also put other radio stations and say, these are my P2s also. And that's another P2 there. And then it'll classify it according to that. You can also do this filling in the blank, in which what's your favorite radio station, they write it in. And in this case, you will put the possible responses that you're looking for, that you want to separate them into. So if you want to put different combinations, everything you write here will, if it's put in, will count towards this response. And so it can be all kinds of combinations, and you could go on and on and on. And then as you can see up here, it pops up as the first one. And if you click on it, it comes back down. And you can add as many demos as you want, fill in the blank, or choose from a list. What part of town are you from? You can make an unlimited amount of options, or you can have them fill in the blank. You can put in the ones for fill in the blank, or this one, you can put in the ones you're looking for, and then if there's some others you haven't thought of that you want to consider, or maybe you just want a certain amount from these, and then others, you just put in add other, and that's your catch-all, that anything that doesn't pop up here will go under the other category. Then if you want to make screeners, you can make screeners. You can add audio and make screeners if you want them to listen to a hook tape before they get in. There's also questions here. Now the questions, you can make text, multiple choice, true or false. The text is very similar to the demo text where you put it in with commas, the expected answers, but this is actually part of your survey data, not the screening demo. And then multiple choice, also similar where you put the choices here. You can allow any amount of selections you want. Let's just do a little example here, A, B, C. Now, if I add one, it'll let you allow multiple selections. So now you can allow a maximum of 3 selections, of course, or unlimited selections, which means if there's 20 of them there, it can go on and on and on. So you can choose how much you allow. If you want to pick one, go back to allow one selection only, and then you put that there. Here are the hooks, where this is the title that we made. And this is the list of songs that are available to us. For a client list, it's all of the songs in the global database and anything that they may have added. If they want to add something, they can do it in the hook bank right here. If we, let's just click on it. And as you can see, here's the hook bank and upload hooks. And you can drag and drop stuff here. I can drag this in here, and it will load up. You can drag up to 100 in here at the same time, and then when it's done, you can add your hook info. So I can give it my own title, Stevie Demo, my own little artist, if I like. And then as you can see, it pops up in, it pops up in here. And I can also put it into several formats. And so then when I separate them, I can separate them by formats, or I can favorite them, and then they will pop up under my favorites list. And you double click on it there, hook added to favorites. So if we go back to settings, we can take a look now at options, where these are the options where you can have the questions run before or after the hook list. You can tell it to calculate the margin of error if you'd like. If you do that, then you put in an estimate of the population of your region. 20,000 is the rule of thumb if you don't know, because the margin of error doesn't change much after 20,000, but let's put in a million. So then when you go up here and start making one of your surveys, I didn't save that last one, so it didn't stay, but let's pull up this one. And margin of error, 6.9%. So if that's too high for me, let me send it up. Oh, that's still too high. Now, some people might not be comfortable with these sample sizes, so if you don't want to know what the margin of error is, then I would suggest leaving this unchecked. So anyway, once you have your survey done, it'll look sort of like this first one here, which has 12 participants because, well, it's just one person taking them all now, but normally they'd have more than that, and then they would have all of this stuff here. And so after the survey is done, you can select Save Settings, then you can generate survey URLs, which you send this URL out, and it would be the only way to go and take the survey. If they just went to gradio.click, it would be nothing. Also, back buttons are disabled, so people can't be taking it over and over again. And although the demo isn't set up, since to show people it's got to have the same person take it over and over again, after the demo phase, IP addresses will be able to be ruled out, so people cannot take the survey over and over again, even if they have that URL. But once this is over and the survey is sent, then it's sent out, and then it looks like this. Here are the questions that you just saw. Oops. Let's see here. Here are the questions that you just saw. In the demo section, right here, see we have B97, what's your favorite radio station, Q93, Magic, Other, and so over here we have, that's for a fill in the blank, and then all the time, I listen to B97 all the time, fairly often, once in a while. That is your other demo question, so then we answer these, and if you, depending on what you select, if there are people who have already taken it, if 2 people who are between 19 and 25 have already taken it, then you will be rejected. We can show you that since this one has 100% women. If I go in here and say I'm a male, it doesn't matter what else I put, it will reject me. Survey completed, please try again later. So then we have to go back. And so if I put in that I'm a female, so if there are still needs that fit all of these demos, then it will accept the person and let you take the survey. Now, these hooks right here, which I can't play to you because of feedback, but they work. These hooks right here, it plays all the way through the 16-second hook that we set up on the other page, and you can select your choices here. As soon as you select your choice, it goes to the next one. And the thing about this that's good is it immediately collects the data so that if somebody gets bored and stops taking the survey, they that data is still collected, and then the next person who fits those same demo parameters will get all of the stuff that that person didn't take, so that it all adds up to one total quiz. And as you can see here, as we cycle through all of the songs, and fun little animation style, I'll do it really quickly. And then the questions come up. Let's see, it's 3, and then this is just 2 different versions of the same question, and so we answer it like that, and once the survey is over, it sends us away, and of course the back button is disabled, so no matter how hard I try, even if I right-click, I cannot go back and take it again. So as that's going on, that's when we go to our results page, which is already set up for demo. Here's our demo parameters, and it shows you the results here. So far we have 8 out of 12 people taken for this quiz, and you can order this however you want based on any of these, whichever one you want to show first. This will show up in green once it is finished, and if people have taken half a quiz, then some of these first numbers will be different. This shows the date and everything else, and the demos. We can go in and change the demos if we want. We can say just the 12 to 19-year-olds, and then hit go, and then it'll show me, well, everybody who took it was a 12 to 19-year-old, so let's make it a little bit more specific. Well, everybody who took it was also a woman, because that's how we set it up. But how about here, demo 1, let's only look at P1s. So now it'll show you P1s. There are 5, they're looking for 5 P1s in the survey if you break it down that way, and 4 of them have been filled, which means only one more person who's a P1 will be accepted in this survey, and it'll show you just the numbers for them. You can put it down, narrow it down to just, and this is once again another version of the same question for demo purposes, but you know, you can do it all, and if you want to go back to the regular version, just hit reset, and there we go with 8 out of 12. Then the question results over here show similar about how many, it collects based on what parameters you suggest. If you don't suggest any parameters, it'll just give you the top couple, and then you can click here to see all responses, to see everything anyone typed in. The multiple choice, it'll just show you who picked what. It'll give you a little bar to show you, color-coded bar. It'll give you the percentages and the actual raw numbers right here. Then if you want to start the survey over, reset results, we'll start the survey over. There's plenty of other things that happen, but that was a quick overview of how it works, and we'll break it down a little bit more in the next video.